Boxing fans, time now for our next bout of the evening. This is a scheduled 6-round contest in the Bridgerweight division. Firstly, to make his way to the red corner from the Czech Republic, Václav Pejsar. He brings with him a perfect professional fight record. He is Brighton's Hellboy, Tommy Welch. Sauerland for Wasserman Boxing now bring you a 6-round contest in the Bridgerweight division. Timekeeper ringside is Mark Shannon. Upon the sound of the bell, the scoring referee in charge of this contest is A-star referee Bob Williams of Watford. Boxing out of the red corner on the scales at 221.3 pounds. He's wearing black trimmed with red this evening. He's a former Czech cruiserweight champion with 24 victories, including 19 big wins inside the distance. Boxing out of Plzeň, the Czech Republic. Introducing Václav Pejsar. And across the ring, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing black and white this evening. He scaled at the weigh-in 226.7 pounds. His professional record is perfect. 15 visits to the ring, 15 victories, including 9 big wins, going by way of KO. He is Brighton's Hellboy, Tommy Welch. Referee Bob Williams with his final instructions.
Okay, gentlemen, obey my commands. In the event of a knockdown, the fighter standing will go to the furthest neutral corner and stay there. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves.
Seconds out, round 1.
boxing. Step back, step back.
Seconds out. Round 2.
go from one hometown hero to another. Harlem Eubank takes the win in Brighton, and now we're underway as Tommy Welch is taking on Václav Pejsar in the Bridgerweight division. And a hometown hero with a lot of weight on his shoulders, really. You bear the name Welch in a town like Brighton. Oscar, when you're coming off the back of a Eubank fight, it's a hometown crowd. You've kind of got a bit of pressure to deliver. So far, it looks like he's handling it.
Yeah, there's just a touch of pressure. I've always said Brighton should get excited, Britain should get excited about Tommy Welch. Flown fairly under the radar compared to the talent that's inside, but I like Tommy. He's quick, he's twitchy, but he holds real power behind those hands, and he's looked good so far, and 4 to go.
10 seconds.
Fight number 16 for Tommy Welch tonight, and if he can score a stoppage, it'll be the 10th one on the record as the two Bridgerweights now come to the centre of the ring, and round 3 is underway. Straight off the bat, leading with that jab, sizing his man up. Experienced man, he's in with 24 wins under the belt of Václav, who's coming forward here. Back on 5 action, where of course Harlem Eubank scooped up the IBF Intercontinental welterweight title earlier on. Good body shot from Welch, testing out the liver and the ribs of Pejsar as he carries on coming forward though. Oscar, you feel those. They take a minute to kick in, but you can feel those the rest of the round.
Yeah, I used this analogy earlier. It's like putting pennies in the piggy bank.
Yep.
At the end, Pejsar will begin to feel these, and if he does make it to 5 and 6, it'll take a real toll on his base. What I like about Tommy, there's a relaxed nature. He's quite quick on the feet, and he doesn't rush the work.
He handles his size well, I think, is a good way of putting it. But I do love a good boxing analogy. You mentioned the pennies in the piggy bank there. One of the overused ones of the time is chopping the trunk, and we see him go to the body, but then he does tend to go back upstairs after he's done that and just leave his man guessing as to where the next one's coming from. Sets away with the 1s and 2s. Tommy Welch more than happy to let those hands go. Pejsar, what's the plan here, do you think? Try and swallow a few up and get on the counter?
I think the plan's to see what you can seep through that guard of Pejsar. He's got his hands up quite high.
Still boxing.
But I think if you can hit the body when you can, throw the right straight down the pipe, I think you will have success.
That's another ripping right hand go right into the rib cage of Pejsar, who seemed to deal with it. Just keep it stepping forward. If it did hurt, he's not letting on to it. And it's almost like Tommy continually walks back to allow his man to come onto him. Let him come forward, and then Tommy will push him back out and let that flurry go.
It's like he invites. There's a flicky jab that almost has little intention to it, but it almost invites his man on.
Another hometown hero. You can certainly hear the noise his fans are generating in here tonight. It's opportunities like this that he can really let his hands go, and the crowd are excited for it. They've just seen a Eubank fight. Everyone's in the mood to watch the fight. He's happy to play that part. He's happy to play that role. Pejsar is not going to let him have it all his own way.
And knowing Tommy, knowing him quite well, knowing his team, knowing Scott and Ant and Ben,
yeah,
Tommy's happy to play many a role. I hope that this is something that might kickstart quite a busy 2025. If he is to win tonight, there'll be, 16 in the bank. Big domestic fights. I know he wants smoke. He's happy to play the villain. He's happy to play the nice guy. Like I said, I feel like this is a man not just Britain should be getting excited about.
And it's this Bridgerweight division. I mean, I know that I appreciate we've got another Bridgerweight fight after this, but it's still finding its feet, the division. So there's a chance for you to make your name for yourself because you're one of the first ones in the division. It's not a very deep pool in that sense.
It's a tough place to be because if you're weighing over 200 pounds, you can look at heavyweight options, you can look at cruiserweight options. I know that Tommy would have been tabled 10, 11, 12 options at varying weights against various opposition. It's a tough place to be, but a good place to be. Whether Tommy's future's at Bridgerweight or not, we'll bear to see. But look, this man will have options on the table, and Well, if he comes out like that, we might have an earlier night than we thought.
Round 4 underway here in Brighton. Live on 5 Action as Tommy Welch again stands in the middle of the ring, happy to trade. We've seen different lateral movements from Welch tonight. He's come forward, he's invited backwards, which he seems to be doing again, just allowing Pejsar to come forward. But every time he does, he lands. This time going upstairs. Good, strong, firm left, going straight down the pipe. And again, ripping that body. Happy to go upstairs and downstairs. He's going to be happy with this so far, Oscar.
Yeah, I've enjoyed the fact he's doubling up on the left hand. If you're going to go 2s and 3s, it doesn't have to be jab right hand. It can be jab left to the body.
Well, he's a Czech native from Prague. He's Pejsar, Victor Pejsar. And he'll be looking to not let Tommy get this 10th stoppage tonight. And I've got it. You give it to him, wouldn't you, Oscar? He's certainly weathered some storms in there tonight. He's shown that he can handle what Tommy's got in terms of power. It's whether Tommy can continually push it and continually find those gaps.
Yeah, it's a strange 2 sides of the spectrum. As a fighter like Tommy in a fight like this, you'd perhaps grow in confidence as the rounds go on. As a fighter like Pejsar, you'd grow in confidence as the rounds go on too, despite the fact you've taken quite a few shots, because you'll know you can handle what's coming at you. I know that there'll be some more in the tank. I know there'll be a right hand coming soon that perhaps Pejsar won't like, but what he's seen so far, he'll be happy to take. But I know we see this 4 through this last 70 seconds, and he'll perhaps want to up the gears, Tommy, in 5 and 6, but calm, composed, and I think he looks at home in there tonight.
Welch doubling up there, 2s and 3s going as he's going around the corner as well. Starting to find his range quite comfortably now. Tommy Welch in the middle of the ring, letting those hands go right, landing straight on the jaw. He's really looking for that button, and if there is a moment that Tommy can up the ante, he's doing it right now towards the end of this 4th round. Just over 30 seconds left. Oh, he swallows one though. One comes out and he's looked over. A little wing from Tommy. I think he's recognised that, yeah, one got through the guard there just as he was having a bit of success. It is a live fight, and you are susceptible to eating a couple every now and again, Oscar.
I know you've done a little bit in the ring yourself, not quite to the level of what we're seeing tonight, but I have to say they're a strange breed when you can wink after eating a shot like that. Not for me. I think I'll stick to doing this, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I can confirm I was never the winking type after taking shots straight down the pipe, but Tommy Welch hasn't let it affect him. And he'll just go and just calm himself down a little bit in the corner now. He's had a little bit of fun with it, but his corner will just put him back on the straight and narrow now. You were doing well in that round, and one got through, as they say, play the rain, get wet from time to time, but you were up in the ante, and that's what we want to see in rounds 5 and 6.
Yeah, I echo once again that they are a strange bunch. Sometimes it takes a shot to kick you back into gear if you've had a quiet 2 minutes, 90 seconds. Sometimes it takes a shot for you to feel yourself again. And
the idea of smiling and winking, you can sort of play it as though it's kind of playing to the gallery. At the same time, it can be a little bit of a system of talking to yourself internally to say, I've got this, I am under control here, you know. Almost a way of putting yourself back in control of the situation, and maybe there's an element of that there, but Tommy's not looked out of control at all in this fight. And as round 5 of 6 gets underway, straight back to work, landing heavy hands from the off Tommy Welch. And you do wonder, can Pejsar just take 2 more rounds of that?
I'm enjoying the work behind the jab. He's got a big base, a big trunk to throw from, and then looping rights as well. Really dangerous.
Now he's there to land. Now the hands are going from both fighters. Tommy Welch puts that pressure on. Pejsar was happy to trade initially.
It's that killer instinct, that nanosecond when you can see a fighter not even really wobble, when you can sense that they might have disliked a shot that you've thrown. Just that nanosecond to go, yeah, now I want to get into an exchange.
It's the little tells, when the little tells are there, and maybe Pejsar is trying to find that tell when you just see the little wince or the hands go up and down quickly, just the twitching in that just says a little electric current went through the body when one of them landed. And you get the sense that Tommy has sort of sniffed that a couple of times tonight, but the plan is clearly make his man move, make his man chase him, then when he thinks he's having a bit of success, turn that back on him. And again, we see Tommy go back to the ropes to invite his man in.
You can see that tension in the shoulders when a fighter takes a shot to the body. You can see that tension in the shoulders. They're stiff and they almost become quite robotic, and you can see that when Tommy lands these shots downstairs.
Well,
I think he quite enjoys being, I don't want to say the hunted. I know Pejsar's given as good as he's got in segments, but I think Tommy enjoys being the hunted almost, backing into the corner and almost seeing what his man has to bring.
Yeah, he seems a way of controlling, doesn't it? He seems a way that I think Tommy's been telling us and his opponent that this fight is going the way I want it to go. This is controlling the pace. If I want to go backwards for a little minute and let you come to me, then I will. But as we've seen a couple of times in this round, as well as across the rest of the rounds, if I want to come forward, if I want to let my hands go, if I want to be the aggressive one, then I'll do that as well. As the two begin to trade.
Stop boxing!
Maybe for one last flurry in this round as we head into the final 20 seconds. Again, those big hands going. This is showmanship now from Tommy Welch, who must feel he's in control of this fight. Playing to the gallery.
There's nothing like a right hand being roared home by your own.
Well, it was the darts in here last night. Am I allowed to say he's looking for the bullseye? I don't think it's been said yet tonight.
How many times did you say that in the mirror this morning? I did mention earlier to someone, actually, it would take some very good action to match the drama in here last night, but having watched the rounds between Harlem and Tyrone McKenna, I think he ran it quite close.
I don't know what the boxing equivalent of a 9-darter is, Oscar. I don't know what it is. Is it a first round knockout? Is it winning every round and finish it in the 12th? I'm not sure, but
Corrales, Castillo, Gatti Ward types.
Yeah.
Are we asking for too much?
Well, Eubank McKenna may well go down in Brighton folklore after tonight, as we see the remnants of it still on the ring in front of us. Huge fight tonight. Harlem Eubank taking home that IBF Intercontinental welterweight title.
Corners, 10 seconds.
You know, it's been brilliant from top to bottom. The first fight tonight, Matty Harris opening the show with a sickening knockout
Final round.
right in front of the commentary box here. Lucas Roerig looked brilliant. Harlem Eubank, compared to what we saw in Newcastle at the back end of last year, a career best performance, and it's been a really, really good night here at the Brighton Centre.
Oh, what have we still got in store as round 6 of 6 gets underway? And if Tommy Welch is going to score the 10th knockout of his career, then it has to happen in the next 2.5 minutes. And straight away, as with the previous rounds, he's coming out and landing those power shots to remind Pejsar just who he's in with. Pejsar letting his own hands go, though. You get the sense that if he's going to win this fight and take the victory back to Prague, he will have to stop Welch. We've not really seen anything to suggest that could come, but there've been a couple of fights tonight where you've not seen it coming. And sickening shot again downstairs.
Echoed round the arena.
It really did.
Yeah, you're in that place now with Tommy where you've looked good. Well, I say good, you look brilliant for the 5 rounds you've been in the ring. Don't undo your work by being sloppy for the last 1 minute 40.
As the round ticks on, and this is when pundits and trainers talk about ring experience, this is where you can really learn about yourself as a fighter, because you're in the last round. Your adrenaline has sort of been adapted to now. There's a minute to go. Do you go for that knockout, or are you disciplined? Can you stay in control of it and say, I'm happy to ride this out knowing that I've got it in? And Tommy seems to have that. Of course he'd love the knockout, who wouldn't? but you can see he's not chasing it and leaving himself open. How many times have you seen fighters go for it?
Yeah, every fighter in this situation will have to spit the gumshoe out and take the deepest of breaths. But being willing to exchange and keep it up and ensure that all 18 minutes of tonight are positive rather than just 15, 16. Shows a man who's keen to improve.
Well, these two are going to settle it in the middle of the ring. One final slugfest from both as we enter the last 35 seconds. And both guys are going to empty the tank in front of us here for our viewing pleasure on 5 Action. Welch with the uppercut, immediately responded by Pejsar. Here's their one final opening, one final power shot that'll seal the deal either way. I think, Oscar, as soon as we hear this clapper, we'll just see both hands go. And that's what he's delivering. And Pejsar does land an extremely challenging shot. And I tell you what, it's landed at the right time because thankfully for Welch, the fight is over now. And maybe outside of that last 6 or 7 seconds, Oscar, Welch has been in control of that the whole way through.
Yeah, a really entertaining 6 rounds. You've got to give credit to Pejsar. Wanting to move forward whilst throwing those punches. It's probably easy, I say easy, as a man sitting outside the ropes. But with a 200-pound man leaning on you up against the ropes, he probably feels comfortable. He's probably seen it before, but having to, or wanting to push Tommy back at times. We've got to give credit to Pejsar, but you can see there's just an edge of class about Tommy.
Yeah. Well, that's another Brighton home coming down this evening, and we've still got one more to come in the Bridgerweight division. Another hometown hero. Just listen to the noise when Harvey Dykes walks out in a few moments. They love him in Brighton. But first of all, we have some business to attend to here. As Welch does a little lap around the ring, I think he knows what's coming.
Yeah, I will say I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Tommy Welch. I remember when he started his professional career, COVID hit and he went to Italy and Belgium to find opportunities. This man wants the boxing and want big names in 2025, and I believe he deserves them.
We'll go to Paul Booth for a decision.
Boxing fans, our scoring referee Bob Williams decides the bout. He scored it at 59 points to 55 points in favour of the winner. He is Brighton's Hellboy, still undefeated, Tommy Welch.
Win number 16, should I say, for Tommy Welch.